What if better health isn't created by one perfect meal, but by the small choices you make every single day? Choices to do with what you buy, what you prepare, what you eat, how you hydrate, how you move, and how you rest. And then whether you get up tomorrow and do those simple things all over again. Well, that is exactly what we'll be talking about today. Because we've added, we've built, and now, my friend, it's time to create your lifestyle. Hello, my friend, and welcome to day 3 of our 3-day plant-powered health challenge. I'm Norma Elaine, and this is the Plant-Powered Life, where we make plant-powered nourishment simple, practical, and evidence-informed. We're helping men and women over 40 to build great health through whole food, plant-based, oil-free living. Now, if you've been with me since day 1, you've made it. So, tell me, did you build your 50-50 plate yesterday? I'd really love to know how you got on and what was on that plate. So today, on day 3, let's create. Day 1 was add. We started adding more nourishing plants. Day 2 was build. We began building those plants into satisfying, nourishing meals. But here's the question. How do we make those choices easier to continue tomorrow, next week, and the week after that? We create a lifestyle that supports them. And believe me, that does not require perfection. It requires some simple routines. 1. Create a shopping routine. It starts before we ever get to the plate. What are we bringing into our homes? If we want to eat more fruit, vegetables, beans, lentils, whole grains, and other nourishing plant foods, it helps to make sure that they're actually available. So perhaps to begin with, you'll create a regular shopping day by making a simple list. Just think about a few meals that you might want to make that week and what you need. The idea is to make the nourishing choice easier way before you get hungry. Next, you create a preparation routine. You don't have to cook everything from scratch 3 times a day. And this is where I want to put myself into this challenge for a moment, because this was so important to me. When I made the decision and actually began changing the way I ate, I quickly realized that wanting to eat healthily wasn't enough. I had to make it easier for myself so that I'd actually do it. So one of the routines I created was batch cooking twice a week. Now, I must admit that having an Instapot was a game changer. And what I would do was prepare things like potatoes, whole grains, beans or lentils, soups and vegetables, so that when I was hungry, I already had nourishing food available. Now, trust me on this. What I did, I got everything together and I just dumped them into the Instapot, put some water on them, added my seasoning, and left it to cook. And there it was. I had meals for at least 3 days, 3 times a day. And honestly, that made such a difference. I wasn't standing in the kitchen every day and wondering, what on earth am I going to eat? What am I going to cook? Am I going to cook, in fact? And if so, how long is it going to take me? What's the menu for today? No, there was none of that. So that's one of the things I learned through my own journey. Healthy choices became so much easier when I created an environment and routines that supported them. And that can be the same for you too. In fact, my friend, that's how the ABC method began. I didn't sit down one day and simply think, I need to invent a method. Oh no. I began to recognize that the simple steps that were helping me to change my lifestyle could in fact become a framework for me to continue. You see, I was adding more of the nourishing foods my body needed. I was learning to build satisfying plant-powered meals, and then I began creating routines that made those simple choices so much easier to repeat. So just like that, I was adding, building, and creating. That's exactly what I was doing. And there it was, a simple method that I could share with other people, including you, who might also be wondering, how do I actually make this way of living work in everyday life? So my friend, when I encourage you to batch cook, meal prep, or create a regular shopping routine, I'm not asking you to do something that I don't do myself. This is part of how I learned to make plant-powered living work for me. And you certainly don't have to batch cook twice a week just because I did. You could even make it much more simple for yourself. Just find the rhythm that works for your life. Maybe it's once a week. Maybe you prepare 2 or 3 things at a time. Maybe tonight's dinner will become tomorrow's lunch. The point isn't for you to copy my routine. I'm just giving you an example. The idea is for you to create your own. So perhaps once or twice a week you batch cook. You might cook a pot of brown rice or another whole grain. Or you might prefer to prepare some potatoes. Then you might wash and chop vegetables. Prepare fruit so it's ready to grab. Maybe you might make enough dinner tonight to become tomorrow's lunch. Believe me, you're not trying to spend your life in the kitchen. You're preparing today to make tomorrow easier. The idea is to create a nourishment routine. So let's go back to our plate. Remember what we've been practicing. Add more plants, build nourishing meals. Keep asking yourself, what can I add to this meal to nourish my body? It does not have to be complicated. The more familiar your nourishing meals become to you, the less you have to think about them. They simply become the way you eat. Then you create a hydration routine, and please don't forget that. Keep water accessible. Perhaps start your morning with a glass of water and keep a bottle or a glass nearby during the day. You can still enjoy your herbal teas. Create little reminders that make drinking enough fluid part of your normal routine. Remember, we're making the healthy choice easy to repeat. Next, we are going to create a movement routine because nourishment is not the whole picture. Move your body every single day in a way that's appropriate for you. That could be walking, that could be stretching, that could be gardening, or doing what I love to do, which is rebounding, or even dancing around your kitchen. It doesn't always have to mean a gym or a complicated workout. We're simply creating opportunities to move rather than to remain sedentary all day. Now, we should also create a rest routine. And here's something we can easily forget. Rest is part of a healthy lifestyle too. We can't be constantly pouring out and never replenishing. Create space to slow down. Give your body the opportunity to rest and make sleep a priority. Then, at the end of the day, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what went well today? What nourished me? What could I make a little easier tomorrow? Don't ask the question, where did I fail? No, because we're not looking for perfection, my friend. Remember, we are learning, we are adjusting, and we are creating. And then tomorrow, we repeat. So when I say create, I'm not simply talking about creating a healthy meal. I'm talking about creating a life that makes healthy choices easier to live. Shop, prepare, nourish, hydrate, move, rest, reflect, repeat. And please remember, my friend, you don't have to change everything today or even tomorrow. Small daily choices do add up. Now that's how we begin creating routines. Routines become habits, and those habits begin shaping the way we live. So now you've really experienced the essence of the plant-powered lifestyle, the ABC method. And you can see how our 3 days fit together. Add nourishing plant foods. B, build better, satisfying meals. C, create routines and habits that support the healthy lifestyle you want to live. Add, build, create. Small steps, big change, lasting transformational health. And if these 3 days have helped you and you're thinking, well, Norma Elaine, I really would like to keep going, but I do need some guidance. I've got you, my friend. That's exactly why I created the plant-powered lifestyle, the ABC method. It takes you beyond this 3-day challenge and helps you to put add, build and create into practice. So for today, your final day 3 challenge, here's what I'd like you to do. Choose one routine that will make your healthy choices easier this week. Will you plan your shopping? Batch cook? Prepare tomorrow's lunch tonight? Drink more water? Take a daily walk or jump on that rebounder? Create a bedtime routine? Or spend 5 minutes each evening reflecting on your day? Please tell me in the comments below. Just put the routine I'm going to create is, and just fill in the blank. So my friend, you've completed our 3-day plant-powered health challenge. Day 1 add, day 2 build, and day 3 create. But remember, day 3 isn't really the end, because tomorrow you get to do it all over again. Not perfectly, not all at once, but one small choice at a time. That's how we begin to create a life we love, one that supports our health every day. Now, if you found value in this challenge, please subscribe to the Plant Powered Life. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone whom you think could benefit from taking these 3 simple steps with us. And if you're ready for your next step, you'll find the ABC method in the description below. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, particularly these last 3 days. Remember, add, build, create. Small steps, big change, lasting transformational health. My friend, now we can reflect. Bye for now, and God bless.